My dear, this is incredibly hard for me to say, but I have come to realize that I might not be able to have you back in my life. It's a painful truth, one that weighs heavily on my heart and refuses to leave. As much as I want to hold on to hope, I'm starting to see that maybe we are just too different to make things work between us. That realization is both heartbreaking and overwhelming. It's not something I ever wanted to admit, but I can't ignore it any longer. The differences between us, the very things that perhaps once made us unique as a pair, are now the reasons why everything is falling apart. I want you to understand that this isn't about placing blame, either solely on you nor entirely on me. It's not about assigning fault to one of us while the other escapes responsibility. No, this situation is a result of both of us, together. Somehow, through our actions and reactions, we've created this storm that we now find ourselves caught in. It's painful to admit that our relationship, which was once full of love and potential, has been overshadowed by misunderstandings and conflicts. It feels like everything we built together is crumbling, slipping through our fingers no matter how tightly we try to hold on. I've tried, truly, to make things right. I've tried to fix what's broken from my side. I've put my heart into finding solutions, into hoping that we could still salvage what we have. But no matter how much effort I put in, things only seem to spiral further out of control. It feels as if there's some invisible force working against us, something relentless and unyielding, making it impossible for us to find our way back to each other. Each time I reach out, hoping to bridge the growing gap between us, it somehow leads to more pain. Instead of mending the wounds, we unintentionally hurt each other even more. The divide between us keeps growing wider, leaving us feeling further apart than ever before. It's devastating to witness how far we've drifted. I look back on the moments we shared, the times when we were so deeply connected, and I wonder how we got here. How did we go from being partners who dreamed of a future together to two people struggling just to communicate without causing more hurt? Despite everything, I want you to know one thing: my feelings for you haven't changed. I still care about you, deeply and sincerely. That hasn't wavered, even as the circumstances around us have become so difficult. It's because I care for you so much that this decision is so hard for me. It breaks my heart to even think about saying goodbye. But sometimes, letting go is the only choice left, even when it feels like the most painful thing I'll ever have to do. I never imagined that this is how our story would end, but I've come to understand that not all stories have happy endings. Sometimes, love isn't enough to overcome the challenges, and holding on only brings more pain for both of us. Please know that my decision doesn't come from a place of anger or resentment. It's not fueled by bitterness or indifference. On the contrary, it comes from a place of love, love for you, love for the memories we've shared, and even love for the person I've become because of our time together. This isn't easy for me, and I know it's not easy for you either. But sometimes, the kindest thing we can do for the people we love is to let them go, to allow them the space to heal and grow in ways that may not be possible together. As I try to come to terms with this, I want you to know that you will always hold a special place in my heart. The love we shared, the moments of joy, the lessons we learned, they're all a part of me now, and they always will be. I'll carry them with me, even as I move forward into a future without you by my side. I don't regret the time we spent together. Even with the pain and the challenges, you've been an important part of my life, and for that, I'll always be grateful. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or erasing what we had. It means accepting that sometimes, no matter how much we want something to work, it's not meant to be. It means finding the strength to move forward, even when it feels impossible. And it means holding on to the hope that, in time, we'll both find peace, healing, and happiness, even if it's not together. So, my dear, as I take this difficult step, I hope you'll understand that it's not out of a lack of love, but because of it. You'll always be someone I care for deeply, and I hope that wherever life takes you, it brings you all the joy and fulfillment you deserve. You find yourself in a challenging situation with someone who seems unable to provide clarity about their feelings for you. Their behavior leaves you feeling confused and emotionally drained. One moment, they act as though you are the most important person in their world, showering you with attention and care. The next, they pull away and act indifferent, leaving you questioning where you truly stand in their life. This back and forth dynamic creates a sense of being stuck, as if you are trapped in an endless loop of mixed signals and unresolved emotions. Despite trying countless times to address the issue, you find yourself facing the same outcomes, unable to break free from this exhausting cycle. What complicates matters is the undeniable connection you share with this person. The bond between you feels profound and magnetic, something neither of you can easily ignore. It's not just physical attraction, but a deep, soulful tie that seems to pull you together even when circumstances push you apart. This person recognizes that you are unique and that no one else could ever compare to you in their life. However, their stubborn nature and inflated ego often prevent them from expressing these feelings openly. They have a tendency to go silent, retreating into themselves instead of being honest about what they truly feel. This lack of communication only deepens your frustration and leaves you questioning their commitment. Despite their aloofness and seemingly cold behavior, this person is not as indifferent as they may appear. In fact, they are currently seeking another chance to be close to you. They have tried distancing themselves from you in the past, but their attempts to move on have been futile. Being away from you has been unbearable for them. They couldn't stop thinking about you, missed you deeply, and even found it difficult to sleep. These overwhelming emotions have made them realize just how much you mean to them. They now fear losing you to someone else, and this fear has become a powerful motivator for them to take action. They know they cannot afford to delay any longer, as the thought of you moving on with someone else is something they cannot bear. Their fear of losing you has driven them to keep a close eye on your life. Whether by stalking your social media profiles or reaching out to mutual connections, they are determined to stay informed about what is happening with you. They want to know if you're still thinking about them, if you've been mentioning them to others, or if your attention has shifted to someone new. This level of obsession has consumed their thoughts, leaving little room for anything else. You have become their primary focus, and they are desperate to understand your current state of mind before making their next move. Recently, you have changed your behavior toward them, and this has caught them completely off guard. Perhaps you've grown more distant or started asserting boundaries, actions they were not expecting from you. This shift has unsettled them deeply, causing stress and anxiety as they grapple with the possibility of losing you for good. They realize that their inconsistent, hot and cold behavior may have pushed you to this point, and now they are panicking at the thought that you might walk away completely. The idea of losing you is a reality they are not prepared to face, and it has shaken them to their core. Despite their flaws and the pain they have caused, this person is planning to take decisive action. They are looking for the right moment to approach you and repair the damage they have done. They know they need to be sincere and consistent if they want to rebuild the trust they have lost. While their stubbornness and ego have been obstacles in the past, their feelings for you are too strong to ignore. They are finally starting to realize that they must put aside their pride if they hope to have a future with you. It's clear that the connection you share is unique and deeply felt by both of you. However, the question remains whether this person can truly change and provide the stability and clarity you need. As much as they desire to be with you, their actions must align with their words. You deserve someone who values you fully and is willing to show it consistently. Only time will reveal whether this person can rise above their own insecurities and ego to meet you halfway in building a healthy and fulfilling relationship. Until then, it's important to prioritize your own emotional well-being and ensure that you are not settling for less than you deserve.